stormy weather, a city full of pigeons, and a cagey chef? These ducks are just trying to get to Jamaica. Join us as we recap Migration, 2023 movie. The film begins by introducing a group of ducks living happily in their lake. However, two ducklings, Dax and Gwen, are bored with their current life and desire to live freely. One of them invites the others to explore the world outside the lake. As they are flying, they are attacked and killed by a storm. This was a story told by a duck named Mac to his children, Dax and Gwen. While Dax doesn't really care about the story, Gwen is scared by it. Their mother, Pam, tries to change the story to make it more fun, but Gwen still feels scared. Mac explains that the purpose of the story was to make his children want to stay at the lake and avoid danger. The next day, a flock of immigration ducks stops by their lake. Pam invites Mac to greet them, but Dax and Gwen have already approached the group of immigration ducks. They meet a female duck named Kim, who invites Dax to immigrate together to Jamaica Island, described as a paradise for birds. When Mac arrives, Gwen tells him about Dax talking with Kim. Kim's parents come to invite Mac's family to immigrate together, but Mac refuses and prefers to live in their small lake. This disappoints Dax, who wanted to immigrate with Kim. Pam is also annoyed with Mac's decision because she, Dax, and Gwen really want to immigrate and experience a free life. Mac realizes his family's wishes and meets his uncle named Dan, who encourages him to stay at the lake and be alone until old age. Mac becomes doubtful after hearing his uncle's advice and wakes his family to prepare for migration. Uncle Dan comes to their house, and Gwen tries to persuade him with her funny behavior. Eventually, Uncle Dan agrees to go with them. In the morning, they get ready to fly, and it is their first enjoyable flight together. However, they encounter another flock of ducks flying in the opposite direction. Mac's family realizes that the other ducks are heading into bad weather and have to take shelter. They are taken to a small hut by a stork named Aaron, who also has an old partner. Mac and his family are initially afraid of being eaten by them, but Aaron brings them a bed in the form of a pan, showing kindness. At night, when Aaron falls asleep, Mac asks his family to leave, but they discover that Aaron has already blocked their exit. When Aaron starts to attack, Mac and Pam try to restrain her, while Dax and Gwen try to escape. However, a big fish suddenly appears and eats Dax and Gwen. Aaron manages to save them from the big fish attack, and when they wake up, they thank Aaron for saving them. The next day, they say goodbye to Aaron and continue their migration. While flying, Dax suggests going higher, and they see lots of beautiful clouds and have fun. They then enter an urban area with tall buildings, surprising them. Uncle Dan gets trapped in a tower and falls into a city park. Mac follows him and tries to save him, but they encounter a group of pigeons led by Chump. Pam tries to persuade Chump to share their food, and they agree. Chump tells them that she has a friend in Jamaica, but Mac's family is afraid of flying on the highway. They fly higher than the vehicles and are amazed by the city's beauty. Gwen even tries to grab a balloon flying towards her. They eventually find Chump's friend, Delroy, who is in a cage. Delroy tells them the way to Jamaica, but he is sad because he used to live there. They plan to free him from his cage, but the key is always with the chef who owns him. Delroy warns them about the danger of getting caught by the chef. Dax is not scared, but Mac is hesitant to risk his life. However, Dax insists on going, and Mac disagrees to let him. When they enter the kitchen, they discover the cruel nature of the chef, but proceed anyway. They find the key to the cage hanging on the wall and attempt to steal it. However, they are caught by Pam, who had come to help them. Together, they manage to retrieve the key, but accidentally knock over a fire extinguisher, ruining the chef's dish. The chef chases after them to kill them, but Pam and Max escape and return to Delroy to open the cage. However, the key accidentally slips into Mac's stomach, making it difficult for him to spit it out. As Chef approaches, they try to hide but are eventually seen. The key comes out of Mac's stomach, and Delroy sets himself free. They all escape and say goodbye to Chump before continuing their journey to Jamaica. On their way to Jamaica, Gwen asks to land because she needs to poop. They land, and Gwen screams loudly, thinking someone is watching her. They discover an entrance that leads them to a paradise full of Peccans practicing yoga with Andrew as their leader. Max's family is welcomed wholeheartedly. Andrew introduces himself and explains that they are in the Garden of Harmony, a duck farm. Dax realizes the truth and tries to warn the other ducks, but they don't believe him. Mac learns the truth and tells Dax to go back to his mom, but Dax refuses. Dax tells all the ducks to get off the truck, but Chef sees him and steps on his wings. Max attacks Chef to save Dax, and all the Peckins realize the truth and escape. They all rest at a place where Mac gets angry at Dax for not listening to him. Dax was angry with his father, and they all go to sleep. Chef, determined to take revenge, searches for them with his helicopter. Meanwhile, Gwen tries to comfort Dax, and they hide from Chef. Chef captures all the ducks except Dax and Gwen. He takes Mac and Pam with him to kill them. Dax fixes his wings in the helicopter and plans to save them. Pam and Dax try to escape but get caught. Delroy and the Peckins throw fruits and vegetables at Chef, knocking him unconscious. The helicopter drops, but Dax saves Mac and Pam from hitting the ground. They release the other birds from the cage, and they all reunite. They continue their journey to Jamaica and finally reach the sparkling water. Delroy reunites with his friends, and Dax catches up with the duck family. They celebrate their victory and dance with joy. In the following spring, the family is about to head home, but decides to help a group of lost penguins get to the South Pole. If you like this, smash that like button and subscribe for more movie recaps. See you next time!